Okay, I'm going to discuss few more examples with SQL queries. Today, first I'm going to create a new database, and this database is based on the following script, mySQL underscore constructco.txt. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a database, brand new database called mySQL underscore constructco. So I launched MySQL Workbench, and in the MySQL Workbench what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a new schema, and to create a new schema first I have to do is to click on this button, create a new schema, and I give it a name. Let me give it a name called MySQL Constructor. MySQL underscore constructco. This is the name of the schema, and so you can see right now I have created a schema, but all the tables are empty. There's nothing in the schema. So what I have to do now is I have to use the script, and using the script I'm going to populate the database, create the tables and populate the database. Since this script is given to me, I'm going to use this script, and using this script I'm going to create the database. So I go to again SQL Workbench, and I'm using the script to create the tables and populate the tables using the script. So just to give you a quick idea about the database, I'm creating a table called job, and these are the key characteristics of the table. The primary key is job code, and after I create the table I'm inserting the values using an insert statement, and then I'm creating a table called employee, and the primary key is employee underscore num. I'm also inserting values into the employee table with using insert statement. Then I'm creating a table called project, and the primary key is project underscore num. And you can see there is a primary key and foreign key relationship between the tables, employee table and the project table. And then I'm inserting values into the project table, and then I'm creating a table called assignment. The primary key is assign underscore num, and the assignment table there is a primary key foreign key relationship between the assignment table and project table, as well as assignment table and employee table, and I'm inserting values into that table. Okay, so now let me execute this query. Okay, so I have successfully executed the query. As you can see, the queries are successfully executed, and what I did is now I have to reconnect to the database, because right now the tables are not populated. So once I reconnect, you can see I have an assignment table, employee table, job table and project table, and I can actually look into each table. If you look at this assignment table, you can see on your left the assignment table with the following columns, and also when I click on this, you will be able to see the assignment table has so many rows, so it is already populated. Similarly, the employee table also has the following columns. All these tables are populated with the data using the insert statements that I have written. Okay, so now I have created the database from scratch. I've also created the tables, and all the tables have values. So what I'm going to do now is the following. So the first part, create a database using the script mysql underscore construct code. This is done. Now what I'm going to do is, given the structure and the contents of mysql underscore construct code database shown in the following figure, use SQL commands to create a table called employee underscore one as per instructions given below. So this is a, so basically we have to create a new table called employee underscore one, and this table will have the following attributes along with the following data characteristics. So in order to do this, what I'm going to do is the following. I need to write SQL code that will create only the table structure for table named employee underscore one. This table will be a subset of the employee table. The basic employee underscore one table structure is summarized in the following table. Use employee underscore num as the primary key, and note that the job code is a foreign key to job table, so be certain to enforce the referential integrity. And your code should also prevent null entries in the employee last name and employee first name. So the first name and last name, these are all mandatory fields. Now in order to do this, I write the following SQL statement. Create a new table called create table employee underscore one, and look at the way I wrote the SQL script. Employee underscore num, this is variable character 3, which is the primary key. Employee underscore last name, variable character 15, not null. Employee underscore first name, variable character 15, not null. Employee underscore initial, it's only one character, but it is not a mandatory field. Employee underscore hired date, then this is a date field, and job underscore code, variable character 3, and the foreign key job code references job underscore code. This is from the coming from the job table, so that's why this is the table name job, and within parenthesis the primary key. Okay, so this is how we are going to create the table called employee underscore num. So let's run this script using the SQL workbench. I'm going to execute the query to create the new table called employee underscore num. As you can see the SQL statement. These are the SQL statements that I have written. So now I execute this SQL statement. Once I execute the SQL statement, I'm able to create a new table called employee underscore num and employee underscore one. And you can see right now I have created a new table. You can see here employee underscore num, and right now when I look at this table is actually empty. In the next example, I will show you how to populate the table, and I will give you few more examples using SQL queries based on this table.